During my 8 years as the chief official White House photographer for the Obama administration, I documented all the important moments of his presidency. The emotion, the tough decisions, the stressful times, the fun times, but also showing what he was like as a dad, as a husband, just as a human being. To me, that shows how the job of the president should be done.
Trust me when I tell you that this doc is a tonic for the times in which we gather here every day. Stirring moments from what is sadly a bygone era in American politics. Joining us now is Pete Souza, former White House photographer for both Presidents Ronald Reagan and Barack Obama. He is the subject of that documentary we just showed you. It's called The Way I See It. It's a behind-the-scenes look at the Obama presidency through Souza's pictures and interviews with Pete and many of his other West Wing colleagues. We got to talk about this earlier in the week, and I got to see it already. But one of the most, I think, difficult things to talk about is that your mother plays a really neat role in the doc, and you lost her on Sunday. So just talk about what this week has been like and how having her in this doc that airs tonight on MSNBC, the first time everyone can see it, keeps her right there, at least this week, and as long as this doc is in wide circulation.
Yeah, you know, the first time I saw the film, Nicole, she was still alive, and I guess I'll watch the film tonight. It will be the first time since she's died that I've seen the film, so it's going to be, that part for me is going to be quite emotional.
And she's in there, but you don't need to be humanized by anyone other than your relationship with the presidents you shot. I mean, just talk about, because I feel like you have become this vessel for every former staffer who aches for what has happened to that physical place that we all revered, the Oval Office.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was kind of like the one person throughout the administration who was in all these different compartments of his life. So like every emotion that Barack Obama went through as president, I was in the room for. And in some ways I experienced it with him. It wasn't that we spoke about it, but the fact that there's a certain bond between him and I think because, you know, I knew everything that he was going through every day, the good and the bad.
I want to show you something I think that illustrates that. This is about his trips to Walter Reed, and your photos are right in the middle of what he went through. Let's watch.
Every 3 months we would go to Walter Reed and he would visit wounded warriors. I think it affected him emotionally. One time he went and we saw Corey Remsburg. He had gotten injured by an IED. The guy that he was on patrol with in Afghanistan was killed instantly. Corey was thrown into a ravine. He was underwater. Somehow he survived, not drowning. He spent months in a coma. He lost half his eyesight and the ability to control half his body. He had to relearn how to walk, talk, and eat. But here's the thing that really took me aback. President Obama had met Corey in Normandy the previous June. And I had taken a picture of that encounter. And the picture, we had sent a copy to the family, and it was taped on the hospital wall. And I was looking at that picture and looking at Corey and saying to myself, this is the real cost of war.
It makes me, it's the second time I've seen it. It makes me cry every time. Truly great presidents feel that their role as commander-in-chief is among the most difficult, among the most sacred. And I know your other job now is pointing out the contrast between President Obama and this president. But on this front, it couldn't be more stark.
Well, you know, he was inherently empathetic and compassionate, as is, by the way, Joe Biden. You know, and he felt it was part of his duty to go to Walter Reed, as I say, every few months. You know, George W. Bush did the same thing. We don't see the current president interacting with wounded warriors in the same way, or people affected by some national tragedy. It's hard for me to watch, to be honest with you.
I wanted to ask you, my last question for you is about your Instagram feed. You are one of the most followed and most famous critics of this president, usually without saying a word, but with showing an image that makes a point for you. What is that role like?
Well, I mean, I think it was a role that I felt I had to do, that I had a unique position, having witnessed two presidencies on the inside, one a Republican and one a Democrat. So I think I had a unique viewpoint to be able to talk about what the presidency should be like, that the office should be treated with respect and dignity, that the person holding that office should be empathetic and compassionate and decent. And normally those are the kind of posts that I'm trying to compare to with what's going on today.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.